Hi there, my name's Michael and welcome to Tabletop-Infiltrator. In today's video we'll be having a look at the next 4 issues of the Imperium Magazine that I've just received, numbers 15, 16, 17 and 18. Let's jump in. So here we go, we've got the 4 issues for this month, so January, and I've also got a free gift this month, which is one of the new Citadel colour painting handles. These are actually, they're quite cool looking. They've got a bit more of a better grip. They're slightly smaller, so they're not as bulky as the other ones. However, this one doesn't have the grips, the little 2 arms that you can have on there for like if you're sub-assembling or something. But nice to get a free gift, and this will really come in handy. And then moving on to the magazines themselves, so we've got 15, 16, 17 and 18. So starting with number 15, is a pretty good one. It's noisy as hell doing this. But we've got in this one is some Necrons, and this is some new models that I've never owned before or seen. And these are the Flayed Ones. So you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're getting a squad of 5. I'll have a look at those quickly here. And these aren't the push fit ones. This is the multi-part kit. I don't think they actually did a push fit kit for these. Or are these push fit? No. These aren't push fit. But as you can see, this is brilliant. So these are some really awesome sculpts. I hadn't seen these when they were released, but the detail on them is pretty fantastic. So yeah, they'll be a great addition to my Necron army when I get around to starting it. Yeah, these are really good. Really spindly though. Man, trying to cut some of these away. I'm gonna have to be pretty careful with them. These will be really delicate and might snap. So yeah, then you've got the bases, so I'll get that out of the way. And then the magazine itself, so with all the Imperium magazines, they pretty much follow the same, the same format. You've got some information on the Flayed Ones themselves. You've got some fluff and some lore. You've then got the how to build kit, how to build instructions. And then you've got the how to paint instructions, and then you've got a scenario that you can play through. And I really like the fluff and lore bit that you're getting in these magazines, that I've read all of them. And I've also spent the time now to actually, these magazines actually come apart and you put them in the folder that you've got. So I've organised that now, so they're all neat and tidy. But yeah, some really great looking. And I can use this as a painting reference as well. So long ago, the Citan, known as long gore, the Flayer, was destroyed by the Necrons. It is said that with his last breath, he cursed the Necron race. This curse resulted in a creeping madness known as the Flayer virus. Those Necrons affected by this virus awaken with a desperate hunger for the warm flesh and blood of the living. Right, so they just cover themselves in flesh and kill everything. Like Necron vampires or something. It's quite cool. And then you're moving on to some general Imperium fluff and lore. And you've got Gulliman there. And this is, I think, in one of the codexes or online, this image. I think it's in the Space Marine Codex. The Ultramarines are taking on a Chaos Titan. It's pretty cool. And then you've got some lore around Space Marine Chapter Command. Nice. So these look like the chapter masters from some well-known Space Marine chapters. So you've got Calgar of the Ultramarines, Dante of the Blood Angels, Pedro Canto of the Crimson Fists, Logan Grimnar of the Space Wolves, Kyvan Shrike of the Raven Guard, and High Marshal Helbreck of the Black Templars. So some interesting lore around there. And then we've got the how to build kit, which is useful for me because I have no idea how to build these. And then you've got the how to paint guide. So I'll just talk you through how you're going to do that. And obviously all the paints that you're receiving from these issues are what the paints are shown in here, so you can just follow through as and when you get them and paint them up to whatever level you want to do. And like I said, these are really good. This is good for two things this is good for: either reinforcing a current Necron army that you already have, or you're already into the hobby and you wanted to start a new army, and this is a cheap way of doing it, and you've been hobbying for years and your painting skills, you don't need this. Or you're just getting into the hobby, haven't got loads to spend, and you just want to slowly build up a collection. Perfect either way. And then moving on to the playthrough, you've got Destroy the Plasmancy. So it looks like some Assault Intercessors going up against Canoptic Plasmacite. Oh, and these guys I think can deep strike. Yeah, they can deep strike in. So you just walk through the, just go through the playthrough there. Brilliant. It tells you all the rules, gives you all the data sheets and everything like that. Is really handy. So yeah. And that is issue number 15, 5 Flayed One miniatures. And like I said, on every single one of these, $8.99, and you're getting 5 of these. And I think they're 20 or 30 pounds or something for a squad of 10. So again, if these are the models that you're after, you're an absolute winner. If you're getting the subscription because you want both armies, that's fantastic. But if you just want certain models, I wouldn't recommend getting the entire subscription. Just get the individual magazines that you want to get those models for. So that's number 15. Moving on to number 16. Cool. I dropped one here. Yep, there we are. So number 16 is Assault Intercessors. So for me, I actually have friggin' hundreds of these things now. I could literally make a whole chapter of these Assault Intercessors. So I have absolutely no use for them. I will keep them because eventually I will paint them up because it'll just add more bodies to my army. But currently the list that I'm building, I've got enough Assault Intercessors. And I don't need any more. But these ones are good because they're not the ones, the first set I got had the Ultramarine symbol actually moulded into the shoulder pad, and I don't play Ultramarine, so I would have either had to not being able to use them or file off all the symbols on the shoulder pads. But I do, there's a lot of salt thrown around these push fit ones, but I'm not really bothered about the poses or anything like that. I know some people are, and it annoys them. They want to do their own personalised work on the models and not have all their models looking the same, but I'm quite happy with the push fit ones. The actual quality of the mould for me is more important, and I think GW have got excellent, they produce excellent models. So that's 5 of those. Like I said, I won't need to use these, not for a while anyway. So for me, this magazine is really about what else is in here, lore-wise. So we've got all the bits and pieces about Assault Intercessors, which we've had in some of the other magazines. And then moving on to, this is good though, I might cut these out or do something with them. The battle records for the squads, they're quite good, and give the names. Heroic Origin D6, so Voidborn, so you can give them like a name for the squad. And then ranged weapons, so this is lore behind some of the Necron weapons: Gauze blasters, Tesla carbines, and synaptic disintegrators. That's cool. A particle whip, that's pretty cool. And then it's giving you some a brief little overview of some of the other Necron units that you can have. And then there's some lore moving on to Chaos Space Marines, which is nice. I'm glad that the magazines aren't solely focused on the Necrons and the Space Marines and the Sisters and the Adeptus Mechanicus that you get in this this series of magazines. That is focusing on some of the other factions as well, so that's nice to see. And then the how to build is very straightforward. For those push fit guys, I don't even think I need the instructions for these. Like, they're only a double-sided page. And then how to paint. Again, all the paints that you've received enable you to follow this guide for painting up the assault intercessors. There we go. And then the playthrough. I think we're looking at, what is it? What are they doing this time? So it looks like it is Assault Intercessors versus some Necron Warriors and a Royal Warden. So again, it gives you all the information and all the rules you need and the data sheets and all of that in order to play this playthrough. Yeah, there we go. So moving, shooting, fighting, everything is included in here. So a good way of building up a collection and your knowledge if you're just starting out playing the game. Lovely. So that's number 16. Moving on to number 17, we have some more terrain. Lovely jubbly. So this one for some people might not be the most exciting because they have terrain or they have some of these, but I've really been after the Minotaurium armor containers to add to my scenery, my terrain collection, and it will just help break up the battlefield and just give some like line of sight blocking. And then you've got some ammo crates and some drums, which will just add to increase the aesthetics on the board, which is quite nice. I've now got 2 of these, so I've got 2 crates. And if some of you have seen my other terrain videos, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces of terrain, and then at both ends I've got like a gap in between the first 2, and I was usually putting like a burnt out rhino and a drop pod down at the bottom, and that was some line of sight blocking. But now I can add these 2 containers to one side, I can add the rhino and the drop pod to the other side, just to give some more line of sight blocking and some more cover to your models on the board. So yeah, really happy with that one. And there's some great detail on here as well. You've got the Imperial Aquila, you've got Stormbolter that you can add on there, the little skulls. So they're not just bland and boring. They're quite. You could go and put a lot of work into them, yeah, if you wanted to. And the magazine itself, I think. Oh, there's a poster I think on this one. It's a myriad of dynasties. So I think this is a fold out. So again, this is. Also, I can't get this all in the camera shot, but it's a really big piece of lore around the Necrons awakening throughout the galaxy. So, and some really nice artwork there. That's really cool. And it's double-sided, so it gives you, I think, just a list of some of the dynasties that are awakening. So that's really good. Honestly, for $8.99 you're getting lore models. I think this is a fantastic deal that you're getting, and I'm really glad I jumped on this as soon as it was announced. So I'll have a look through that. And then this particular one, we've just got some lore around the Ultramarines. That looks like an Ultramarine Tyrannic veteran. Looks like it anyway. And some more lore around there. We've got an apothecary for the Imperial Fists. Outcast, some more Necron lore. I think this is like outcasts, like destroyers and flayed ones. They're very much the outcasts of Necron society. Again, some really great looking lore there. Artwork and some lore. World of the Imperium, a realm of mankind. Excellent. Types of worlds that you can find in Imperium: hive worlds, feudal worlds, feral worlds. That's interesting. And then the how to build guide. I think I've got this in one of the other previous magazines that I got with the other one, so that's fine. And then we've got the painting guide. I think I'm not gonna follow the colours for here because I've got my own colour scheme that I want to match in with the rest of the terrain that I've got. So yeah. So that's what it looks like if you follow the painting guide in here with the paints that you're supplied with. I think that's Screamer Pink now. And then the playthrough is really focusing on the Minotaurium containers. So in the entirety of the subscription, you're gonna get 3 containers, and you've got two so far. So this one is looking at some Necron warriors versus a librarian. There we go. So again, you've got all the data sheets and the instructions for moving, the cyclic phase, shooting and fighting. So that is, what's this one? This one is, oh, some of the pages are already falling off, issue 17. And then the last one, which is quite good, is, and this is noisy. So issue 18, you've got a Necron Technomancer. And again, this is one of the, I think this is one of the resculpts, is it, by GW? I think it is. And again, like some great looking detail that you've got on there. Yeah, I really like this. And again, this is $8.99. In the shops, this would be £22, £23. So again, if it's a model that you're after, you're making an absolute killing on the saving there, which is great. A nice big base for him. So the Technomancer, it's giving you some lore around him. So Technomancers belong to the ranks of the Cryptex Necrons, who are masters of science and technology. They specialize in repairing damaged Necrons and Canoptic constructs on the battlefield. They're also lethal warriors in their own right. So they're like Space Marine Tech Marines, basically. In addition to creating and maintaining the Necrons' technology, Cryptex often act as viziers or advisors to Necron ability. The most powerful and learned Cryptex hold important positions in the royal courts of the great Necron dynasties. Cool. Brilliant. And then you've got some more lore surrounding Space Marine, so power armor, and probably all the different types of armor. So power armor, Terminator armor, Tacticus armor. Tacticus, that's the first time I've ever, Tacticus armor, that's the first time I've ever heard that reference for Intercessor armor. And then Omnis armor. Oh, I've never heard that reference before like that. Huh. And then you've got Phobos armor, big fan of Phobos armor. And then Gravis armor. Excellent. And some more lore, so looking at the Drukhari in this particular one. March of the Machines. So some Necron lore. Excellent. And then the how to build guide. Just a double pager there. And then how to paint the Necromancer. And I'll be following my own paint scheme on that one. And then the playthrough, you look like you've got... what have you got here? It looks like some destroyers, Necron destroyers versus some aggressors and the lieutenant, it looks like. Yeah. And then, so the Technomancer. Have a look at some of his weapons here. He's got the Staff of Light, and shooting it's range 18, assault 3, strength 5, -2 and 1 damage, that's right. And then in close combat, it's strength of the user, -2 AP and 1 damage. Yeah, it's not bad. And his stats are movement 5, 3+ weapon skill, 3+ ballistic skill, strength 4, toughness 4, 4 wounds, it's alright. 1 attack and a 4-up save. He's got living metal. This model regains 1 lost wound at the start of each of its turns. That's pretty good. And the Canoptic Cloak. This bearer has a move characteristic of 10 inches and the fly keyword. Oh, that's because of the little flying spidery disc thing he's standing on. So that's quite cool. And then in addition, at the end of your movement phase, you can repair one friendly model within 3 inches of this model. That model regains up to D3 lost wounds. Each model can be repaired once per turn. So you can move across and at the end of the movement phase repair something. Pretty good. There we go. And oh, what's this? Battle mat. New models, new paints, new scenery. Ooh, so we're coming up to a new battle mat, and we're moving on to some of the other scenery and the Adeptus Mechanicus. Excellent. Wow, this is cool. Right then, so this is issue 18, and this says in issue 20 you'll be getting some paints. 21 to 40 it looks like the Adeptus Mechanicus. Excellent. So I'm looking forward to February's issues coming through in the post. So yeah, that is January's issues of the Imperium Magazine. What we got? 15, 16, 17 and 18. So I am pretty happy with what I've received this month with the Imperium Magazine. There's loads of lore which is going to keep me reading for quite a few hours, and the models I've got I'm pretty happy with. So the character for the issue 18, the Technomancer, that's fantastic, brilliant saving, and he'll definitely be going into my army. The Minotaur armored container and the scatter scenery, that's fantastic. I've been wanting to get hold of some of those armored containers, so the fact that I'm not going to be paying full price and just $8.99 again is brilliant. The Assault Intercessors, like I said, I've got absolutely tons of those. I had some in the Indominus box set. I've already had, I think, 2 5-man squads at the beginning of the series for the Imperium Magazine, and I also got a 10-man multi-part kit in the Space Marine Shield Breaker box set that I bought at Christmas time. So I've got loads. I am going to paint them all up because at the end of the day it will help bulk out my army if I ever one day want to do like an apocalypse game or something like that. So absolutely happy that I've got them. I just won't be painting them up straight away. And then the Flayed Ones, again, a unit that I've really liked the look of. GW have done a great resculpt on them. They're a bit fiddly, so I'm going to have to be careful when I'm working on them. But again, a unit of 5 for $8.99, if you're after them, it's an absolute bargain. So yeah, really happy with what I've got this month. Let me know down in the comment section what you think. Have you received your 4 magazines to the post this month? Are you going to be picking up individual magazines? Let me know if you think it's a saving or not. I'd really be interested in what everyone's thoughts are. Me personally, I think this is a fantastic saving and great from GW. If you've enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, and if you haven't, give us a thumbs down. And if you want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button. I think it's down there in the corner. Switch on notifications so you never miss a video, and I will hopefully see you next time.